Is your wife having an emotional affair and you feel powerless to stop it? Well, brother, you're in the right place. Today I'm going to be teaching you the 5 steps you need to take to save your marriage when your wife is having an emotional affair. Now, if we haven't met each other before, my name is Luke Finn and I'm the founder of the ARC system, a system that's helped hundreds of dads avoid divorce and reconnect with their wife. And make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and smash the bell button to be notified each Tuesday when I release a new video. And be sure to stick around to the end of this video to get the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, you're going to learn the secret to reconciling that no one else is talking about and the 4 steps you need to take for your wife to see your change. Now, with all that being said, let's dive right in. So first off, let's look at what is an emotional affair and why do they happen. An emotional affair is when your wife steps outside of the marriage and meets her emotional needs with someone else. Now, this can range from her spending time with a friend and sharing personal information and creating a strong emotional bond with someone, usually of the opposite sex. And it can range from that all the way through to sexting. And if it's happening in your marriage, what I want to tell you is this just doesn't happen overnight. If you've got a strong, intimate, connected marriage, this isn't just going to happen. And the reason that these emotional affairs happen are basically there's been, over a long period of time, there's been complacency and disconnect. So for whatever reason, you guys have not focused on the marriage, you guys have drifted apart, and your wife starts, feeling lonely and starts reaching out to other people, other friends. Now, I don't believe there's any reason that, these emotional affairs should happen, but unfortunately they do. And I'm here to teach you, what you need to do if you're in the unfortunate situation of your wife having an emotional affair. So let's look at the mistakes that you need to avoid if your wife is currently having an emotional affair. And let me know in the comments, are you experiencing these things, and have you made some of these mistakes? Because brother, this is how you're going to move forward, is taking ownership, and that's the way you're going to learn best. So the first mistake that you need to avoid if your wife is having an emotional affair is ignoring the signs. Don't brush this underneath the rug. If your wife is having an affair, you can't just ignore it. You're going to get clear signs, and you should trust your gut feeling, right? If she's on her phone all the time, if she's getting messaged all the time, if she insists on spending time with her friend of the opposite sex, these are kind of surefire signs that it's going in not in a very good direction. Now, I've got a different training on the 7 signs when your wife is cheating. I'm going to link it up above so you can get more context on that. You do not want to ignore these signs, guys. You're definitely getting clear signs at this point that your wife is having an emotional affair. The second thing is, if you're the kind of person that is avoidant, tries to avoid arguments and doesn't like to go into it and is hoping that things will just get better by spending more time with her and so on, it's not going to help. You need to address the issue with your wife, right? A big mistake is just leaving it, and maybe even taking blame yourself, like saying, oh, well, look, I caused it. Guys, this is not about blaming. It's not about blaming your wife, and it's not about blaming yourself. I'll get into this a little bit more detail shortly. But you need to address this issue with your wife. It's not okay for her to be texting someone else all the time. It's not okay for if she's sexting. It's not okay that she wants to spend all the time with this for her friend or coworker and not with you. You need to address this issue. And the third thing is, depending on your type, if you're kind of like the nice guy or the ice guy, and I'm going to link it up above. If you're not familiar of the different types of guys, I'm going to link that up above so you can get context on that. The nice guy will usually not address the issue and back off and feel like, okay, this is his fault. And the ice guy will get really pissed off and will, threaten her, say, look, if you don't stop this, I'm done. This marriage is over. And this is not going to help. Or I've heard this a few times. I'm just going to beat the living shit out of that guy. Guys, this is not going to solve your problem. Threatening the other person who's having that emotional affair with your wife is not going to help. You might get rid of that douchebag, you might get rid of him for a little bit, but until you get to the root problem, which is in your marriage with your wife, she's just going to find someone else. You need to resolve the issue in the relationship. So the third mistake you need to avoid is don't go threatening that other person to get lost, because that's not going to solve the problem. And now I'm going to actually show you then the 5 steps that you need to take that will save your marriage when she's having an emotional affair. So the first thing you need to do is you need to address the issue. And you do this in a way of speaking about how it's making you feel. So if you've noticed it, you say, hey, Sarah, I've seen that you're on your phone all the time, and I'm seeing you keep getting that message. You're getting messages from Mike, This is making me feel really insecure, and I'm kind of wondering what's going on. Now here you can see this is like non-conflict, it's very open, and it allows your wife to open up and share what's going on. You want to understand what's going on for her. Now I go into this in more detail on how you can address the issue on these sensitive subjects in my communication guide. You can find the communication guide down in the description, and you can download it there. But it's really important, guys, that when you're addressing issues, you don't start saying you, and you're blaming them. You need to talk about how you're feeling. I feel like this when this is happening. And guys, I would also, when I talk about addressing the issue, I would also say one thing that you want to avoid, guys, is going through your wife's phone and emails and stuff like that. I've heard that a lot of times. Look, just go with your gut instinct. You don't need to become a detective. Go and talk to her. If you feel like the need that you need to go through her phone and her email, or put a tracker on her vehicle, you got much bigger issues here that need to be dealt with, okay? The second thing you need to do is you need to take responsibility. And for any of you guys watching this video going, oh, why is it always the man's fault? No, it's not always the man's fault at all. There's two of you in this marriage, but there is an issue in the marriage. She's having an emotional affair. So you need to do something about it. And the way you're going to do it is you're going to take 100% responsibility for what's happening in the marriage. And the reason you're doing this is not because it's all your fault. It's not. There's two of you in the marriage. But you want to role model to your wife that you're taking responsibility for maybe the behaviors in the marriage which haven't been great, which have led to her reaching out to someone else. Maybe you were working all the time. Maybe you weren't around. Maybe you've been cold. Maybe you haven't been able to communicate effectively. There's loads of reasons that can lead to an emotional affair in a marriage. So you take 100% responsibility from your side. And it's not because it's your fault. It's because that's what a great man does. Take responsibility, and you're going to role model to your wife so that over time she starts taking 100% responsibility from her side, right? The third thing you need to do then is you need to set boundaries. It's not okay that this is happening. You do not brush this underneath the carpet. You need to address it. And so after you've addressed the issue and asked her what's going on there, and she's like, oh, he's just a friend. No, I want to go. I like going out with him. I can just talk with him more. And he he really cares about our marriage. He's just trying to support our marriage. And I like going out with him. And it just feels, I like going to the bar with him. You're like, okay, I hear that. It sounds like you need, you want to have that connection with this guy and that he's supporting you. Here's the thing. This is what a marriage is about, Sarah. So that's not cool. I understand you want to spend time with him. I don't think it's okay for you to be spending time with him at a bar. We need to be able to connect. This is the kind of stuff we should be doing together. So I'm not okay with that. What is another way we can go about, you meeting your need for spending time and getting that connection? All right. So it's really important here, guys, to set the boundaries. Now, if you're the nice guy, you're going to find this really, really difficult. And the good news is I've got a different training on that. It's the Alpha Attraction Challenge. It's a 3-day training that's going to help you reclaim your power and communicate like a boss and re-attract your wife back in and end this emotional affair. So I'm going to link it down below. You can enroll in that 3-day challenge, which is going to get you to reclaim your power and set those boundaries. Because guys, it is not okay that your wife is having this emotional affair, and you cannot just let it happen and turn a blind eye to it. Okay. And then the fourth step is discuss solutions. I already shared a little bit there before. After you said that it's not okay that she's going out, you go, okay, what is another way that you can, meet that need for, feeling understood and, supported? How can I help you with that? And this is the thing, guys, you don't have to come up with all the solutions. You ask your wife, maybe she has solutions for you. Maybe you have solutions already how you can do that, Maybe you can be the one going to the bar with her. Maybe you can be the one to sit down and listen to her about what's going on in work. Discuss solutions. And guys, this is exactly what I cover in that communication guide. So if you haven't done already, check it down in the description and download that 7-step communication guide, which is going to tell you exactly how to get to these solutions together. And finally, guys, no matter how the discussion goes with your wife, acknowledge the progress. Go, hey, I'm glad that we had this discussion. Even if she's like saying, no, I don't want to, I'm still going out with Dave. I enjoy spending time with him. At the end of the discussion, you go, hey, look, I know it was a difficult discussion. I'm glad that we had it. This feels like we're making progress, even because in the past we weren't even able to discuss this. So always acknowledge the progress at the end of the discussion with your wife, because this is like positive reinforcement. She's like, oh, we're starting to make progress. Okay. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, I promised you the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, you're only going to get to start the healing process, to start showing up as the empowered man that your wife needs. You're also going to learn the secret to reconciling with your wife that no one else is talking about, and the 4 steps you need to take for her to see your change. So you can find that link to the masterclass down in the description. Click on the link there and enroll today and begin your journey on becoming the empowered man your wife needs. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to my marriage support group for dads. This is a wonderful Facebook group, free Facebook group filled with a wonderful community of dads who are committed to avoiding divorce and reconnecting with their wife. Now you can find that link down in the description. Click on it and I shall see you on the inside. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you've got any questions at all, post them down in the comments and let me know. Are you experiencing an emotional affair in your marriage, and what have you tried to reconnect with your wife? And if you found this video useful, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and smash the bell button to be notified each Tuesday when I release a new video. And with all that being said, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.